Good morning, students. In a previous part of this chapter, from trade to territory, you all learned how the British rule expand their power through subsidiary alliance. But this is not yet acceptable by some brave rulers like Tipu Sultan. And he is known as Tiger of Mysore. Did you all know why he was known as Tiger of Mysore? Yeah, he was walking in jungle of Mysore with his friend. Suddenly, Tiger came up and Tipu fought with Tiger alone without any arms, so that he was called as Tiger of Mysore, and therefore even a flag of Mysore have a symbol as tiger. Tipu Sultan was a son of Hyder Ali. Hyder Ali was a powerful ruler of Mysore. Under his rule, Mysore had grown in strength from 1761 to 1782, and Hyder Ali was defeated by British Company in the year of 1782. After the death of Father Hyder Ali, his son Tipu became the ruler of Mysore from 1782 to 1799. Once Tipu became a ruler of Mysore, he stopped the export of sandalwood, pepper, and cardamom through the ports in 1785. Before that, Mysore controlled the profitable trade of Malabar coast, where the company purchased pepper and cardamom. And he disallowed all the local merchants from trading with the company. He also established a close relationship with French traders in India, and with the help of his French friends, he modernized his army. So now the British were so furious about Tipu. They saw that Hyder and Tipu are so ambitious, arrogant, and dangerous too, who had to be controlled and crushed. So forward were fought with Mysore from 1767 to 1799. In 1782, that is in Second Anglo-Mysore War, Hyder Ali was defeated. At last, in 1799, that is in Fourth Mysore War, company ultimately won and Tipu was killed in the Battle of Seringapadam. The state was placed under the rule of Udayas, a former ruling dynasty, and a subsidiary alliance was imposed on the state. The company forces were defeated by Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan in several battles, but in 1792, with the help of those Marathas and Nizam of Hyderabad, the company defeated Tipu Sultan. Tipu was forced to sign a treaty with the British by which two of his sons were taken as hostages to British. Another interesting thing about Tipu is toy tiger. In your NCRT book, figure 10, in page number 17, they have given Tipu's toy tiger. This picture is about a mechanical toy that Tipu possessed. You can see a tiger mauling a European soldier. When its handle was turned, the toy tiger roared and the soldier shrieked. This toy tiger is now kept in the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. This toy tiger denotes that Tipu was so strong as tiger. The British took this toy tiger away to Britain in the year of 1799 after the Battle of Seringapadam. As we know it well, East India Company had occupied West Bengal and they captured Mysore through Anglo-Mysore War. From 18th century, the East India Company sought to curb Maratha power, that is to destroy Maratha power. The Marathas were defeated for the first time in the Third Battle of Panipat in 1761. Their dream of ruling from Delhi was shattered and their dynasties were divided into Scindia, Holkar, Gaikwad and Bhonsle. And all these dynasties were under the control of Peshwa. He was the principal minister of Marathas. Let's see about climb to Paramountcy. The company pursued an aggressive policy of territorial expansion from the early 19th century, that is under the control of Governor General Lord Hastings. A new policy of paramountcy was initiated. In order to protect its interests, it was justified in annexing the Indian kingdom. In late 1830s, the East India Company became worried about Russia. They imagined that Russia might expand across Asia and they may enter India from northwest. So they fought a prolonged war with Afghanistan between 1838 to 1842 and they established indirect company rule there. Sindh was taken over in 1843 under East India Company. Next to Sindh was Punjab. But the presence of Maharaja Ranjit Singh held back the company. After his death in 1839, two prolonged wars were fought with the Sikh kingdom. Ultimately, in the year of 1849, Punjab was annexed by East India Company. Now, there were some territories to be annexed by East India Company. So, Lord Dalhousie, who was the Governor General from 1848 to 1856, he devised a policy now, it is Doctrine of Lapse. Doctrine of Lapse, nothing but it is a rule that says that if any Indian ruler died without any male heir in his kingdom would lapse, that is, it become part of company territory. One kingdom after another was completely annexed by doctrine of lapse. The kingdoms are Satara annexed in 1848, Sambalpur in 1850, Udaipur in 1852, Nagpur in 1853, and Jhansi in the year of 1854. Finally, in 1856, the company also took over Awadh. The argument given by the British government was misgoverned in Awadh. This humiliation led the people of Awadh to join the revolt that broke out in 1857. You will learn about the revolt of 1857 in your upcoming chapters in history. And this is the time of British government to set up new administration in India. Warren Hastings was the first Governor General of India from 1773 to 1785. He played a significant role in the expansion of the company power. The company already acquired power not only in Bengal but also in Bombay and Madras presidencies too. British territories were now divided into administrative units called presidencies, that is, Bengal Presidency, Madras Presidency, and Bombay Presidency. The supreme head of the administration was Warren Hastings. He introduced several administrative reforms under his rule. In sphere of justice, two new courts were established in India, that is, Criminal Court and Civil Court. Criminal Court is also said as Fauzdari Adalat. It's under Quasi and Mufti under the supervision of the collectors. And Civil Court is said as Diwani Adalat. That is, Maulvis and Hindu Pandits interpreted Indian laws for European district collectors who presided civil court. Under the Regulating Act of 1773, a new Supreme Court was established in India. That is to bring uniformity, a digest of Hindu laws and a code of Muslim laws was compiled for the benefit of European judges. Supreme Court is a court of appeal. The Sadar Nizamat Adalat was set up. Collectors collected revenue and taxes and maintained the law and order with the help of judges, police officers, and darogas. It's also a new center of power. Let's learn about company army in India. The Mughal army was composed of cavalry and infantry forces. They were given training in archery and the use of swords. Mughal states like Awadh and Benares started recruiting peasants into their armies and trained them as professional soldiers. Company also adapted the same method of recruiting peasants as sipais. British fighting wars in Burma, Afghanistan, and Egypt trained Indian soldiers with the latest warfare technology. In the early 19th century, the British introduced a uniform military culture. Soldiers were subjected to European style training, drill, and discipline instead of arming with muskets and matchlocks. Establishment of colonial power. That is how they have established their power for a period of time. The East India Company was transformed from a trading company to a territorial colonial power. With the arrival of steam technology, it took only 3 weeks to reach India from Britain by sea. Before that, it would take nearly 6 to 8 months of travel to India by sea. The invention of steam technology enabled more Britishers and their families to come to a far off country like India. By the year of 1857, the company exercised direct rule over 63% of Indian territory. The East India Company had virtually the whole of India under its control. As we came to an end of this chapter, let's see the elsewhere part which is given in your NCRT history book in page number 24, that is the slave trade in South Africa. In 17th century, Dutch trading ships reached southern Africa. Soon the slave trade began. People were captured, chained and sold in slave markets. When the slavery ended in 1834, there were 36,774 slaves at the Cape of Good Hope, that is the southernmost tip of Africa. Read the chapter twice and find hard word meanings in your homework note. Now, let me tell you about all your social classwork and homework. You have 180 pages for history classwork and 120 for both geography and civics, and one more 120 for your homework. Now you have to write this hard word meanings of this chapter in your 120 pages homework note of social. Thank you kids. Stay safe. Stay home. Bye.